What's up trainers, welcome back to a new video, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing you a nice awesome off meta pick, if I would say so myself. It's going to be the Shadow Electivire, which is a really nice Pokemon, and the damage it can do with the Shadow Wild Charge is just insane, as well as it has one, well, really high attack stat, so you will win a lot of CMP ties, but also, well, it does a lot of damage. So, without further ado, let's hop into this first match, and in this first match we got the Registeel on the lead. And when you have such a, because the Shadow Electivire is also a very glassy Pokemon, leads like this are the ones you love to see, or when their fast move is going to be resisted, because that allows you to farm up a lot of energy on your Electivire, and otherwise you need to swap out. And why I paired it up with my backline is because it's so squishy. So here they swap into their Lantern, and I'm just like, you know what, you can eat this Wild Charge all day long, because look at that, it just almost did like 70-80% damage to the Lantern, and at this point we can just safely swap back into our Umbreon and make sure that we will take all the damage. We farm up a lot so that we can output a lot of damage onto their whatever Pokemon is gonna come back in. So here, just before they reach another Surf or Thunderbolt, I thought it was going to be the Surf. I'm just gonna throw, and now they come back in, or they come in with their last Pokemon, which is going to be the Noctowl. And this Noctowl is not kind of like my backline, so as you can already tell and see, probably this is going to be a GG. And to make sure that we will win this, I'm gonna well, just spam out these foul plays just to apply a lot of pressure. And as you can see, it's already into the yellows, and they have to throw a move at some point. The Sky Attack won't KO just yet, and we can just basically swap back in. Probably that's what I'm going to do here. We're gonna snipe with the Shadow Ice Punch. They have to shield if they want to preserve their Noctowl, because otherwise a Shadow Ice Punch from the Electivire is going to be taking them out. Here they throw their move, which is going to be fine. We're going to shield that up because I don't really care anymore, because the Noctowl is going to be taken out by my Registeel anyways. And I'm going to check if I'm going to can sweep this end game with my Electivire. And my opponent doesn't want to get boomed, so they top left, as you can see. So that's going to be a GG. Very well played. Next game, next opponent. All right, let's see. We got the Lantern on the lead. So again, something you would like to see, where their fast move is basically resisted or doing absolutely no damage, such as Lock On. But in this case, Surf will hurt. So it's a glassy Pokemon, so you basically have to shield any move they throw. And here I'm just gonna go for the bait, making sure that my defense won't fail, and my opponent is starting to become an absolute maniac because they let it go. And that's basically worst case scenario. And now I have to go for the Wild Charge, and it was the CMP tie, which is unfortunate because that will allow them to shield up this move, and I have to shield up as well. And now because my defense is fell, I basically have to swap out at some point. Now I'm gonna overfarm just a bit and swap here, hoping to catch a Surf, but they held on to their energy. They were smarter, and now they're gonna just hard counter with an Obstagoon. There's not a lot we can do in this matchup, besides just going for these last resorts. As you will see, we're just gonna go for the last resort here, applying some, well, pressure I wouldn't say, but just doing as much damage as we can, right? Because in this scenario, yeah, you just want to get that Pokemon low, because it's still kind of a good counter when it has a slither of HP left, and it can then still do and output a lot of damage against my Registeel. So that's why I went for the move straight away. And this is not looking too good, to be honest, because they have kind of like the good counters to my Pokemons right now. So yeah, in this case I think it's going to be a GG. Very well played. And here I also forgot to yeah, put out my notifications, something I should get used to more often, but I still forget it sometimes. So I go here for the Focus Blast. Let's see how they're going to respond. They're actually going to shield up. So at this point I'm like, maybe I still got a chance, right? Maybe I still got a chance. But let's see, do we still have a chance? Because what do they have in the back? They're going to swap in. No, they're not going to swap in. They are going to swap in. So we could anticipate on that one. But they're Their lantern still has a lot of energy, right? So I think this is going to be a GG's, because I don't have the amount of HP left on my Registeel where I can take a Surf, and a Surf on an Electivire, or basically any move on an Electivire, will be lethal. So yeah, I just tried to play it out. Here I got called up, so yeah, my footage dropped out. So we would have lost that game anyway. So GG's, well played. On to the next game. All right, worst case scenario. You got a ground type on the lead. So what are we going to do? We're gonna charge up some. We're gonna charge up, and then we're gonna catch. As you can see, we caught the Rock Slide. Be aware that your opponent most likely want to throw their move immediately to grab early shield advantage. So we didn't allow that. We caught the move, and we now have some energy stored on our Electivire. So here, because it's a ground type, I'm just gonna go for the foul plays, because I want to apply a lot of damage, making sure that they will or that they are gonna get KO'd. And hopefully we can manage to do so. They are gonna go for the foul play, or for the earthquake here, which is going to be fine. We're gonna go and throw another foul play. We want to get this ground type out of the game as fast as possible. And yeah, you love to see it. They have another ground type in the back. So at this point, I'm like, how on earth am I gonna win this game, right? We got an Registeel and a Electivire in the back, and yeah, I'm not feeling too confident, to be honest, because there's not a lot we can do. But let's see, can we win this game? I'm gonna choose to come in with my Electivire, go for double ice punches if I can, so if I can make it there, and let's see how are they going to respond. They're actually going to shield up this move, which is fine, because that allows me to shield up as well. Mudshot is doing super effective damage, but is not doing too much damage, so that's actually quite nice. Here, farming up. That is how you need to play with Electivire, because it's deadly with a lot of energy. So you do need to over farm and make sure that you throw on the same or on the right move, or at the right time, so you will basically outsmart your opponent. Here they swap back into their Stunfisk, basically maybe to try to get the snipe, because we did swap at kind of like the same time. But we anticipated on that, and that allows us to go for the Focus Blast and not to have to give up a shield, which is nice. And here they are actually gonna go for, I don't know, let's see, what am I deciding to do? I think I will shield up this move, because if it's the earthquake, we will get boomed, and I don't want that to happen. And this can only be another Hydro, because we would have outpaced them onto the Focus Blast. And now this is going to be really tight, because I don't know what they have left in the back. We're gonna go for the Focus Blast, because Switch Timer wasn't up for them just yet, and I want to get this ground type out of the way. And they got another counter to my Electivire, and at this point I'm like, oh my god, how can I win this? Is there still a chance? But we did store some energy on the Electivire, and we're gonna aggressively swap back in one Thunder Shock, and we get to the Ice Punch, and that's going to be a GG. So this game was really cool. We had 2 or basically 3 hard counters to our electric type, and we still were able to manage to get that win. So yeah, that's going to be a GG. Very well played. All right. Nice positive lead, finally a good one, where their fast move is going to be resisted. And now here they swap into their what's it called again? Steelix, of course. And we're gonna swap into our Registeel, and this again is kind of like a misplay by me, because I think I should have just went into the Umbreon, because then I would have resisted all fast move, even though we got the catch of the Psychic Fangs. They now can go for crunches, and that does kind of like do quite a lot of damage. Although the positive side on going into my Registeel is that they have to shield, and they have to shield everything we throw, because Focus Plus will KO this Shadow Steelix from the field. So, and we will reach another one. So let's see, how are they going to respond on this one? They actually decide to double shield. So my opponent really tries to make a play for switch. And now let's see, how can we respond to that? I'm going to shield here, and that's going to be a mistake by me again, which is unfortunate, because now I'm not going to shield again, and they take us out. And their Steelix is still quite healthy. We are just one shield up with the switched advantage we have. And yeah, I'm just gonna overfarm now with the Umbreon. I know I have a Ice Punch ready, right, on my on my Electivire. So if I leave with a lot of energy on my Umbreon, where I can output a lot of damage on their Noctowl, we don't have to shield here, everything is going to be resisted. I can throw several foul plays where I can then probably snipe them with the Ice Punch, the Shadow Ice Punch, which is going to hurt, which is going to KO them probably at some type of range where they will be in after maybe 2 or 3 foul plays. Oh, I actually had the Wild Charge ready. So in the middle of their wing attack, I swapped in so they couldn't switch out, they couldn't react. Boom, we boom them out of the sky. And what do they have in the back? Another Stunk Fist. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna go for Ice Punches all the way because the Wild Charges will be resisted. I'm not too sure actually if it's gonna do more damage, but now we can reach double Ice Punch instead of going for the Wild Charge, and also it would have debuffed my defense, so we wouldn't have reached back-to-back Ice Punches. So this is basically the play you should do when you're in the same situation. And at this point I need to call the bait, which I am going to do. I'm going to call the bait here. They went for the bait for the Rock Slide, and now it's going to be a GG because we will reach double foul plays in this matchup, and we were still able to manage and get this game off with the Electivire, which is so nice. It feels so good when you basically use an off-meta pick and are still able to outsmart your opponent, your other trainer. And that's going to be a GG. Very well played. Alright, next lead. Another negative lead. You love to see it. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna charge up a lot of energy, and then at their third, we're gonna swap and catch hopefully the Power Whip. And we do catch it. So, again, same situation, same scenario as the last few games. You need to make sure that if you are using Shadow Electivire, that you will charge up a lot of energy, whereas in the next matchup you will have that snipe available, snipe ready to get your opponent off guard. And to make sure that your snipe will be on the Pokemon you want it to happen, make sure or try to swap in at their animation of their fast move, so they are stuck in and they can't swap out or react in time. So here they're deciding to stay in, so I have to shield at some point, basically to maintain switch advantage if we can. And here we outpace them by 1. They got ability through, but are they going to let this go? Are they going to take shield advantage? Yes, they are. So now let's see. We have got a hard wall of a Registeel on the back, so I'm hoping that it hard walls something or whatever. And they actually come in with a Toxapex. So here I'm deciding to bait and snipe again with the Ice Punch, and they fell for it. So now they actually come in with the new Pokemon Golden Go, if I'm not mistaken. Goldengo or something like that. Which is kind of nice, cool. And we bait again and we get another shield. And here we outpace them and we go for the Wild Charge. And now this is going to be a GG, very well played. And maybe you've seen this battle already if you checked out one of my shorts, because it was such a nice feeling to get the double bait and then KO the Golden Go with the Wild Charge, which is actually kind of like a nice play, right? And at this point, the Toxapex there's nothing that can do right against the Registeel. We will go for the Sep Cannon, and that's basically going to knock them out. And again, as you can see, the Electivire did so much work for me in this game and in the other games as well. We lost 1 out of the 5 matches, which is kind of like a nice streak, right? And especially if you've seen the counters we faced in this set of battles, that this kind of like a good achievement, if you ask me. It was kind of like a nice challenge as well, facing, for example, the 2 ground types and a grass type, and a lot of grass types and a lot of counters against the Electivire. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, trainers whatsoever, make sure to hit that subscribe, make sure to like this video if you haven't already, and yeah, I will see you trainers in the next video. Peace.